Okay, we're live everywhere. Hi, everybody. I see sarcastics listening in tonight. Away from the altar. That's okay. You're still getting good vibes. Howdy, howdy, everybody. And Darren is, I guess, shutting down YouTube out front so he can come join us. I think he was just watching a video about the PlayStation Classic. I didn't know there was such a thing, but you find all sorts of stuff online. um, but oh, like I said, howdy, everybody. It's been quite a week. We got some rain finally, so I'm gonna have to include a prayer to Maha says thanks for breaking the dry spell. And the weather folks are even saying we'll get rain next week. Although I joke that the weather forecasters lately have been kind of like a bad boyfriend that promises you everything and never delivers. But that's howdy.
I think Set chuckled.
Say what?
I think Set chuckled.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to thank all of our weather folks, for that. But I hope everyone is doing well. I actually was able to peek in on Discord, and I'm going to try and do some more of that. I saw some folks had listed some suggestions for some other channels, so I'm going to get back to that. And hopefully, in the middle of doing everything else this weekend, I can work on that. So, yay! We're down here, like, okay, I'm just here.
Yeah. I'm feeling a bit on the weird side.
Oh. Well, hopefully we can help you not feel quite so weird. So. And for everyone that it gets early access on Patreon, the latest episode of the How-To Guide is up, and it will go live for everyone else next week.
And this one features nudity.
Is it?
No, I'm
no.
joking completely.
No, but we had some fun special effects. Hopefully I won't have any issues with I used a little bit of music from Dance Dance Revolution, for those that remember that. Hopefully that won't get flagged for some kind of crazy copyright thing. But I guess if I try to upload it this weekend, I'll find out. And if it gets flagged, then I get to figure out what to put in its place. So
Yeah, these days with YouTube, it seems like creators are really just a roll of the dice to see if they'll get approved or not.
Yeah. Well, here's the main thing. This is how it works with music copyright, and that's why it's the kind of the bane of my existence. There's what happens with if you use a piece of music that someone else made. It depends on what the copyright holder wants. Some copyright holders are cool with it. They'll be like, okay, as long as you provide a link, to the official site or whatever, then they're happy with it. They're fine. It's free advertising. Some copyright holders, however, are much more restrictive. Bandai America is one that's like notorious. There are video games that have not been released in this country because Bandai doesn't want, they won't release the rights to the music. And there was some stuff for our video on when we were doing the reaction to Moon Knight. Some of the music, the copyright holder, insisted that it not be audible, even though it got used in the episode, and the Disney obviously paid them royalties, but it's just one of those things. So that's why I've got a keyboard now. So eventually we're going to make our own stuff and not have to worry about using anybody else's. So we'll wish us luck on that.
Good luck.
will wake you
I thought so.
up. And they're fresh today. It's cool waters,
I have
which are
not
upon
had
my hands.
coffee. You are playing with fire.
These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. Stephnut purifies me. I can, hang on, it's got hung up on the. There we go. Hail unto you, come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Purities upon our hands, purities within our hearts, and we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Hey, you're pure right in the eyes. Pure. Awake now?
So,
So. I'm afraid he doesn't stand a chance when we light the myrrh. Alrighty. Here we are. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world. To everyone who is tuning in, now and in the future, this eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light. Okay. Just gotta peek over here so. Oh goodness. Okay, yeah, I noticed there was a lot of comments. Sarah says, "Can I have prayers for finding my birth family? Still haven't found them yet, but a friend of mine is searching for multiple sites and found some hits." And yeah, your birth family, are they in Russia itself or in the Ukraine? I can't remember. Oh goodness. Okay, and prayers for healing and strength. Unfortunately, I had some really trauma-inducing happening to me. Only just now. It sounds like it's just caught up to you. And poor sarcastic is like, please, fix my luck so I can actually participate next time when we're honoring your patrons. Don't worry, they understand. I mean, you're still tuning in with us. So, oh goodness, prayers for someone who was hit by a car next to my work. He's in intensive care and was taken to another city for treatment. Yeah. Okay, your birth family's in Russia. Okay, well, and prayers for them. Hope that they're all right because when communications went down, it's really hard to find out what's going on. And I know that there are some Kemetic folks that are in Russia, and obviously we haven't heard from them since the whole invasion of Ukraine. started. So and I still have their colors on the table here, to remind us that there's still a conflict going on there, and we want that to be resolved, and for peace to return to that part of the world. So, and tonight, there's a couple of things that are going on early in the week. You had a going forth of Osiris, and tonight being August 12th. This became more of a Roman holiday, and the name for it was Lychnapsia, but it was a festival of lights, and that's one that Herodotus had described, and it's honoring Isis, and you also had earlier this month there was a day of fighting between Horus and Set, and then a day of peace between Horus and Set. So these three are very active right now, so that's why we're honoring them. And also there was a feast of drunkenness, so we'll make sure to also light Sekhmet's candle, and we ask her for healing, especially for folks like the person who was hit near Sarah's work, and for Daniel, who I think he just had surgery, and for everyone else that needs healing and prayers. And apparently Salman Rushdie is on a ventilator, so he's in intensive care. We hope that he
Hope for his healing as well.
yeah. He deserves to pass on of natural causes. And just because someone wrote and spoke their mind, this shouldn't be the end of it for him. So. You arise in the Aketis, Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and praise unto you, Oser, Aset, Horus Aset, O you Nechidu, you lords of love and lords of life. And to you, O Lady Sekhmet, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out Spet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Take these cool waters, which are the inundation. They may cool your hearts. These waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Praise Shu. Excuse me. Milk. Milk. May you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood. May you may be purified with it. Are you going for paper towels for chance? No? Okay. If you can grab one, that would be awesome. Okay. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus. For your initiative. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Gardens prosper, happy rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, and initiative. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open for libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed, your libations, your wine, and your water. And a humble request. We offer this wine that the land may prosper. If I might ask that our garden actually produce a little more this year, because it's been a bit barren the last couple of months. But we've managed to hang in there through the splash drought. But my prayers for the land to yield its bounty now that we've got a break in temperatures. And I have to be honest, part of it's because we heard that our friend's dad has cucumbers and okras and everything coming out of his ears, and mine have not produced anything at all. And I'm like, hey, what gives? I know microclimate and everything, but come on. May we have a turn of fortune for the better. Pure is Ra Hotaketi within his house. Pure is Oser within his house. Aset within her house, and Horus Aset within his house. Sekhmet within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Hotaketi, for Oser, Aset, Horus Aset, in every place that there are mortal cause for. Come to your body, O Ra Hotaketi. Come to your body, O Oser, Aset, Horus Aset. Come to your bodies, O Unichidu, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings. Partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Osir, before Aset, before Aset. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. Ora Horketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nirkaprura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Okay. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus lights their way into light. We pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Orechel, Tahen Kets, Kakao Abdus, and Nachrimaha, Kutnibet Nokrawabet Ankhet Nachrim, and Cow and Akupunibu, Mahakirinibu Hiranachra. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which God lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, our blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. Excuse me a second. So late summer allergies have been kind of whipping our ass. Okay. We come unto you, O Ra, as Juditi comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This Fet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence, promote wellness, such as the fourth law. May we always speak words of truth, such as the fifth law. May we always promote the public good, such as the sixth law. May we always act humbly with temperance, for such as the seventh law. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth law. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. Here we are. There we go. Hail unto you, O Horus, defender of your father Osiris, support of your mother Isis. You are the champion of Ra who destroys his wicked foes. Lofty one, falcon of the horizon, shining like gold in the dawn. You establish Ma'at in her place, and you rule the living on earth as your father rules those in Duat. Praise unto you, O Osiris, Lord of eternity, King of the gods, of many names, of holy forms, of secret rites and temples. This noble Ka at the four of Jeddu, great also in Sakhem, Lord of praise in Enjeti, foremost of offerings in Unu, Lord of memory in Mahati, secret Ba, Lord of the cavern, holy in white walls, Ba of Ra of his very body, at rest in Hanes and excellent of praise in the Nari tree that grew to raise his Ba, Lord of the great shrine in Kamnu, great of terror in Shashotep, Lord of eternity, foremost of Abydos in his distant place of the sacred land. Name that endures in the mouths of the people, primeval one of the two lands, nourisher of the four of the Aeneid of the gods, potent Akh among the Akhu. Noon has given him his waters. The north wind journeys to him. Dusk brings the south wind to his nose to please his heart. Lord of praise in the southern sky, praised one in the northern sky. The imperishable stars are under his rule, for his abode is among them. Isis the Great, mother of the god, lady of Philae, God's wife, God's adorer, God's hand, mother of the god, great queen, adornment, lady of ornaments of the shrine, lady and desire of the green fields, nursling who fills the shrine with her beauty, fragrance of the shrine, mistress of joy, who runs her course in the sacred place, rain cloud that greens the fields when she descends, maiden sweet of love, mistress of Upper and Lower Egypt, who issues orders among the Aeneid, princess, great of praise, lady of charm, whose face loves the trickle of fresh myrrh. She is the one who pours out the inundation, which makes all people live and green plants grow, who provides sacred offerings for the gods, and voice offerings for the Akh spirits, because she is Lady of Heaven. Her husband is Lord of Duat, and her son is Lord of the land. Her husband is the pure water, renewing himself at Biga at his time. She is Lady of Heaven, Earth, and Duat, having brought them to being through what her heart conceived and her hands created. She is the Ba which is in every city, watching over her son Horus and her brother Osiris. And we had some prayer requests earlier, and also Jory is concerned about his mom. So we, ask the gods look after his mom. Um, and our friend Kai Sobek always has prayers for his grandmother and his aunts. They have life, prosperity, and health. And Darren had to step out, but I know he would want prayers for his mom as well, for health and healing. And I always have prayers for our friends, the voice of Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen, and the voice of Megatron, Frank Welker. They're both very sweet individuals, and life, prosperity, and health for them too. And let's see if anybody else has got any other requests. Oh, okay, yeah. They're talking. Well, the full moon was technically last night. Of course, we actually had cloud cover here, and I can't complain because it kept it from being too hot. But yeah, it kind of looks full for a couple of days. So.
It said energetically that the full moon has an effect for 3 days. The day before, the day of, and the day after.
Yeah, and and it does seem like a lot of things sort of come to fruition. It seems like right now there's a lot of stuff from throughout the year that's starting to sort of click and come to fruition, and I hope that means I can get some more things done, like that I've been talking about. But and I tell you what, if anybody's got fortune cookie requests, go ahead and do that. Full moon kitties. That's not something. Okay, so I see Kit Fox and Daniel. We'll get those started. Okay, so Kit Fox, you're the first one up, so this one is yours. I guess we're going to need to do one for everyone, huh? But let's see what Kit Fox says. Education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. So yes, don't be a know-it-all once you've learned things. The purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. So, and Daniel. Expect great things, and great things will come. So, Daniel, expect great things, and great things will come. Mentally prepare yourself for success. So, real quick, let me go ahead and do one for everyone, and then I will pick up with Sarah Austin. So this one is going to be for everyone. So whoever, if you're tuning in later on, this will be yours for the week as well. Oh, that one went right in the bowl. And it says, Custom is a great guide. So that's our general fortune for the week. Custom is a great guide. Now that you don't have to interpret that literally, because I know we got that one time, and folks were going, well, does that mean we need to go like, more recon Kemetic? You can think of it in broader terms than that. If you're hit with something in the week and I don't know, well, what do you usually do? It might be better to stick with custom, with what's usually done. When in doubt. So custom is a great guide. All right, now picking up with Sarah Austin. And we asked Osset to help her in her search to find her birth family. And Sarah, do not display your treasures or people will become envious. Wow. And what's funny is I read there's a book, it's called the Fellahin of Upper Egypt, and this was a study that was done at the turn of the century, and she talked about among the folk in the Fellahin in Egypt, they were very worried about jealousy and the evil eye as a result of it. So it's very interesting that you get that. But do not display your treasures or people will become envious. Okay, now sarcastic. And then Sobakekaway. Sarcastic, who's listening in the night? I think they still count you as president accounted for, and your fortune. Develop an appreciation for the present moment. And of course, Darren will probably break into Yoda. Never his mind on where he was, what he was doing. And I don't do it the same way, but yes, develop an appreciation for the present moment. And yes, you're not in front of your altar right now, but you're still tuning in. So that's I think that's their way of telling you it's okay. You are where you are right now for a reason. Okay, and then we have let's see, there's Sobakekaway. Okay, and Akira. Oh, okay, Sarcastic's cat Mochi had her kittens on the full moon. Oh, Mochi, that's such a cute name for a cat. It's Mochi. Yeah. Oh, it's funny, if you'll notice, Darren, right where you're at, that little figurine of Panthro that I have, he has like one hand raised, so I set him kind of facing the doorway so he can be our beckoning cat. And if you get that joke, then well, I know you would. It's one of those things. If you get that, then that means you're approaching middle age. Yeah. But okay, so Sobakekaway and Akira, and then Fairy Aranda. Okay.
Left. To your right a little bit.
Okay. Trying to pause for back stretches. There you go. There? Okay. Sobakekaway. don't expect to find one right way to make yourself more creative.
Creativity takes creativity.
There are no right or wrong answers
That's right.
in that. And there's no one way to do something. So don't expect to find one right way to make yourself more creative. So, Seba Kekaway, that was for you. And we had a request for Akira. Oh, she got two this time. Okay. So the first one. Don't put off till tomorrow what can be enjoyed today. And the second one for Akira. That one was empty. Okay, so she got that one. Tell her, don't put off till tomorrow what can be enjoyed today. And I don't know if this will apply or not, but I've noticed random shortages of things is still happening because, like bottled water, I noticed they had signs saying limit 2 per customer on that. I was like, wow. So that's always something. Where is it? Same spot?
Yeah. You're rather right.
Better? Okay. Okay, who's next? Kira, then Feria Randon. Jump. And then Serrana. So Feria. Okay, I don't know what this is about, but Feria, eat your vegetables and you'll grow big and strong like Popeye. That's seriously what it says. Eat your vegetables and you'll grow up big and strong like Popeye.
I think she knows exactly what it means.
There you go, Feria. And then Serrana. Serrana, don't repay a kindness, pass it on.
Pay it forward.
Yeah. Don't repay a kindness, pass it on.
It's kind of sad to me that the gods are like, hey, y'all remember to be nice to people.
Well, no, I get the sense because Serrana, didn't we pull that one for you at some point? It sounds familiar, and so it may be that there's something that some opportunity or some talent or something that they're like, hey, you should you should get after this. So this I get the sense that that's a nudge about something. Okay. Yes, and that's very much true. Sarcastic is saying, I like how multidimensional the Nechidu are. In my practice with Asa, just when it seems like you've got her figured out, she's like, oh, but by the way, did you know this? Yeah. Okay, so imagination bound. And say we still have a burn ban. Yeah, I have to check and see if we still do or not. Hmm. Let's see. Okay, so imagination bound, and they were asking about a good amulets to wear, and you know what? Just as long as it's something personal. Of course, I have this particular ankh that I wear. I picked it up like my second day at college in 1995. That's how old this particular ankh is, and it has a lot of personal meaning, and so does my Eye of Horus. And so those are two things that you see on me pretty much constantly. But it's also something. Every times I've had to tuck it under clothes and stuff so that I wouldn't have anybody see it or ask about it. You can, and as I said, sometimes I'm trying to remember if I've ever passed this off as a surf across to somebody.
Once or twice,
yeah. You can kind of do that. It's a little easier to get away with an ankh or something like that. Now it just depends on where you are. But if it's something that you can just kind of tuck in, and what I like about the plain pewter jewelry is that there's no glue in it to wear out. There's nothing that it's not gonna rust or whatever. It does get kind of a sort of a patina from just wear, but it's hung in there for from 1995 till now.
Almost 3 decades.
That's 20. Yeah.
27 years.
Yeah. But okay, imagination bound. Well, imagination. You'll have to use your imagination on this one because there's no fortune in this one either. So you are the good cookie this week. And I get the sense that they're telling you.
I guess I was right because the whole time you were looking for his, I'm like, you should just imagine it.
Oh, there's yeah. Well, there you go.
Forgive me if I use the wrong pronoun.
Oh, interesting. As Serrano saying, they might be saying it's time to leave a group that I'm in that I'm paying for. The teacher was incredibly kind to me, and I'm sad to leave because they're struggling to keep the program afloat. Maybe so, but the program has nothing more to offer me. Then, it may be time to move on, or that's ancient. I think so. Sebekek always like, wow, that's ancient. It's over 25 years old, but yeah. Alrighty. Well, it sounds like if that's everybody in terms of fortunes, then awesome. I'll keep an eye out if anybody else, has some. But and even like the town that we live in now is mid-sized town. There's enough diversity here that it's not like the college town that we were stuck in for 10 years, or how long were we there? Too long, but that was a whole other experience. But you'll still, in some places, you might have like a culture at one particular office or here or there where you kind of have to like keep it under wraps. But just sometimes I think just finding something, the journey, like I said, with this part of the significance is, where I was, because that I can't even remember the name of it now. It was technically a head shop, but they had like all the nifty alternative jewelry and stuff like that too.
It doesn't exist. It didn't stay open long after you.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was called, but
In case you guys don't know it, Sharon and I are the ultimate barometers of the national economy. If we are doing well, so is everyone else. With that being said, donate to Patreon. Donate to Patreon. Donate to Patreon.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird how it works. It's like we pay down our Discover bill, and the stock market tends to tank.
To crash. Yes.
Yeah, it's weird that way, but
yeah, when we get debt free, the stock market crashes.
oh, Mormonville, USA. Oh boy. Yeah.
Hooray!
Love to go and see Utah at some point. But
You know it.
you want to go find Valley of the Gods, huh?
Yeah.
Because I think that's part of Monument Valley
It is.
in Utah.
It is.
Yeah. Darren wants to go to Utah and nerd out because we want to find the place where they filmed a lot of location scenes from Airwolf. And if you're old enough to remember that, then you definitely have some gray hair somewhere.
I don't.
When you let your beard grow out, you do.
It's not here, so therefore I don't.
This is a couple's argument. Yeah. Oh, there's a pagan shop here that would love to have you speak for a class or whatever. Oh, cool. Yes, and Wolf remembers your Wolf. Okay. I'm thinking of ordering the sheet music so I can learn how to play it on my little synthesizer, but that's going to take a lot of practice because that is, if you look at the sheet music for the theme for that, it's like, make your brain cramp. But, tell you what, since we were talking about the full moon, I'm going to read our hymn to Jehuti, because I also would like to ask him for a little bit of a favor and inspiration as I continue writing for things like our bylaws and good stuff like that. So, hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Kemnu, wise one and Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Oster, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And some cookie crumbs are in the book. There we go. Okay. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Kukri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tifnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Newt in the shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Chihuti in Khemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Osim, O Aset, O Horus Aset, Sekhmet. You have come in peace, O Yenichidu. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Osir, Aset, Horus Aset, Sekhmet. May you go forth in peace, O Yenichidu, to every place your immortal cause dwell, in which you wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, just checking to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, sarcastic. It says is non-binary, but thinks it's funny that you've been referring to them as he, and I guess a little shot of gender euphoria for the week. So,
I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah, we take it that's a good thing.
Yeah, because I would never mean to offend anybody.
Right.
I was using universal he when I do so.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So there's a sister shop to the Green Man store in LA that's called the Crohn's Hollow, and it's in DC. Wait a minute, the Green Man store on Lankershim Avenue in Lankershim Boulevard in Los Angeles. We were there.
We were there. We went there, yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I went there in 2010, and I brought a copy of a signed copy of my first book there. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go back there when we went in 2017. I think they were like, well, you'd have to email and talk to somebody before you brought something in. It's like in the 7 years difference, there was just a total shift of how they did everything.
Yes,
like not just there, not just at the Green Man store, but like everywhere.
Yeah, nobody talks to anybody in person. Ever.
Yeah. But the one time we went there in 2010, it was really cool. So it's interesting. Like, oh yeah, I know that store. Oh, okay. And Mary Draws, this was my last service until I got to college. Woohoo! And more pagan shops in Utah than you would think. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay. So celery had a request for a cookie. Okay, and
we'll do it.
Oh, it's funny with Feria, because it said eat your vegetables, you'll grow big and strong like Popeyes. As I suspected as much, Feria is vegetarian, so.
So keep it up.
So they're saying keep it up. So.
And at some point, I might want to talk to.
Oh, Crohn's Hollow is in Utah. Okay.
I might want to talk to them about expanding my vegetarian knowledge and options, because I appreciate all forms of food.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, sarcastic is like you didn't offend them at all. Actually, that made his week.
Well, good.
I prefer they them, but I'll take he over she any day. So.
Well.
But okay, yeah, Crohn's Hollows in Utah. All right, so that'd be really cool to check out. So. Okay, so let's get celeries. And I guess wish me luck in trying to figure, because I need to try to figure out some stuff that our friend sent me because he's trying to explain the difference between major and minor chords playing piano, and that's it's trying to figure that out is I'm gonna have to look for some outside sources because he's gonna try to explain it, and it's like a calculus major trying to explain, trig to somebody, and you're like, so. But anyway, celery. And they were waiting to give this one to you. Yeah, we're not done until all our requests have been covered. So. Celery. Everyone has a photographic memory. Some just don't have film. Everyone has a photographic memory. Some just don't have film. And I think sometimes you run out of film. And that's when your brain says, okay, enough for now. Don't put any more in me. I'm done. I have been there.
Yeah.
So. Okay. And Yodi's like, LOL, I definitely don't have film. Yeah. Yeah, sarcastic is like, don't worry. I mean, I've been here long enough. If that offended me, I'd let you know a long time ago. So, they're perfectly cool with it. So. Cool.
Thank you for your understanding and patience. Love you bunches.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes we stumble, but it's never intended badly. If it was a bad shit from me, I don't care. Just don't call me late for dinner.
No shit.
Yeah. Well, so there have been times when because Darren is very much straight dude, but with the long pretty hair, if he's clean shaven and has his hair down, there have been times where people have just without thinking said ma'am.
I've been called ma'am this week. Are you kidding?
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
And it's just because there's so many people here that still aren't assume long hair equals woman. It's like, did you somehow miss the 1960s and then the 1990s?
Hell, some of the 1970s for that matter.
Oh yeah. It's like guys with long hair. That's not new.
In the 1980s, you couldn't turn on MTV and find.
Oh yeah. Well, but
short hair.
But it's funny.
Anywhere. So.
Yeah. And Sebekek always says it happened to me too when I had long hair. So. Now, meanwhile, when I was a freshman in college, I had like really short hair, and I guess the way I tended to dress, there were people who couldn't tell what gender I was either, apparently.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't dress like a typical girl, so. Yeah.
I don't either.
But no, I don't have the shoulders for that. When I went and got a nice wool wear coat, I specifically looked for a man's coat because it fits me better, and because I didn't want something frumpy. So, I agree that we tend to pigeonhole people way too much. There needs to be more just like unisex. But But anyway, guys. Ha! Sarcastic says, I saw a meme where it showed celebs from the 80s, and it said, how are people who were alive in the 80s confused about gender presentation when people looked like this?
No shit.
Yes.
I agree with you entirely. We grew up with Prince, Michael Jackson, Boy George.
Well, hair bands.
And hair bands.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Why is this an issue? Please, you know.
But yeah. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna call it. Yes, how are you gonna be transphobic when you love David Bowie and The Cure? Yeah.
Yes.
You know, boy, George. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I agree entirely.
All right. Well, guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and try and stay cool and dry, depending on what's going on where you're at, and look forward to seeing you guys again next week. I'm trying to think what our theme is going to be. I'd have to grab the calendar real quick and see what's coming up. Yes, Feast of Sobek, Lord of Ombos. So we will be honoring Neat and Sobek next week. So, and stay tuned because we will have, the next how-to guide. It should be up on YouTube next week. So, in the meantime, you guys take care and big hugs. We love all of you. And and I have to say this week I was really looking forward to this too. So there's some weeks where it's like I need this just as much as y'all do. So
yeah, we love you guys and ladies.
Yes.
We love you all,
Yes.
folks, peoples.
Yes. Well, I like to say dudes in like a kind of a general sense.
Yes.
Like anybody can be dude, but
Yes.
yeah. Okay. All righty. Take care, guys.